Hi, Arthur here from the Fluence agency. Today I want to talk to you about search engine optimization, but search engine optimization for blog posts and for maybe pages as well, web pages in WordPress. We all know what search engine optimization is. It's basically everything you do to enable your website or your web page or your blog post to be found in the Google search results. And in order to be, we know how people search, right? People search for a particular keyword, perhaps in a particular geographic location. If it's a product or service they're looking for, they're going to look for, okay, here's a test. I want you to go right now and go to Google and search for digital marketing agency Durban. Tell me what you see as the very first result that comes up. And that's basically what we mean by a search engine optimization. It's basically the way people say nobody searches for your company, nobody searches for your brand by name. So in order to optimize a blog post or a web page, here's what you do. You take a keyword that you want to optimize for. If, for example, you want to optimize for your name, make sure your name is in the title of your post or your page. Make sure that the name is in there. Then in the title, to even better that optimization, make sure the name is at the beginning of the title. You'll thank me if you use this advice. Then make sure that your keyword is in the first sentence of that blog post or that page. Make sure it is in the last sentence. Then as far as the body copy is concerned, make sure that your body copy is at least 300 words long. You can go over 300, it's not a problem, but it must not be less than 300. You will get penalized basically by Google. It's 300, less than 300 words is insufficient. It doesn't optimize well. Then take your keyword in your blog post and make sure that you have it in there. At least your keyword constitutes about 2% of the word count, the total word count. So what will happen is, for perhaps maybe a 500 word blog post, you'll have your keyword in there about 10 times. That should give you more or less a keyword density of about 2%, and 2% is beautiful. It's fabulous. So that's basically what you do with your keyword. Make sure it's in there about 2% of the time. Then ordinary people might not understand this, but bloggers, you will. If you're using WordPress, make sure that your keyword is in a sentence that is marked as a header 1. You'll know what that is. It's not paragraph text. It's that bigger text that you find normally at the beginning of a blog post. Make sure your keyword is in a sentence that is header 1. Make sure your keyword is in another sentence that's header 2. Make sure it's in another one that's header 3. Now, I said earlier that your keyword needs to be in the first and the last sentence. So there you already have your first one can be your header 1. Your last sentence can be your header 3. And somewhere in the middle, you can throw in a header 2. Then the other thing you do is you need to, in the keywords that's sprinkled in between in the body copy, you italicize some of that, you bold some of that. That'll work for you. Then what you do is, there's something called a meta description, and this is the description of your post that will be accompanied by, it will accompany the title in the search results. That description needs to be approximately 156 characters long. The reason for that is so that you've probably seen sometimes you have the title of a blog or the title of a website in Google, and underneath it you have a description. The reason for the 156 characters is so that people can see the full description on the Google search results. Anything over 156, you'll have that little ... thing there, which means that there's more to be read, and that's no good really, because it might be an incomplete sentence. So it's good always to have the full description of that page or that post on the Google search results. The other thing you need to do, if you have an image in that blog post, make sure that when you upload the image, that you put the keyword in the file name of the image, you put the keyword in the description of the image, and also the keyword in the alt tag of the image. Those of you that use WordPress, you'll obviously know what I'm talking about. Very good for SEO. Another fabulous thing, you will kiss yourself. Well, maybe you'll kiss me, I don't know. But that's what you do. Some of the other things that you need to do there on the in the optimization space is to make sure that the copy that you write can be read and understood by somebody in primary school, really. The more intricate your copy is, the more Google will penalize you, the less optimized it will be. So if, for example, a 10-year-old can read your copy and maybe understand it as well, that makes for beautiful optimization. Then some of the other things that you need to do once you have done your blog post is perhaps look at the title again with the keyword. If your permalinks are set to post name, your title will then become your URL. So make sure that the keyword is in the title so that it then becomes a part of the URL of that blog post as well. I've already spoken about the meta description, and then there's also obviously the keyword. That's, you started off with the keyword as part of your foundation. After your blog post is published, it is now published, you have optimized it, and what we're talking about here is on-page optimization. That's the stuff you do on your website. Then the second part of optimization is off-page optimization, and off-page optimization is basically runs on just one basic tenet, and that is creating backlinks, links back to that post. And one of the easiest way to do that is to have a social sharing plugin installed in WordPress that enables you to share that blog post once it's published. The first place you need to share it is the social networks. Every single social network you have a presence on, share it there. If you Google plus Facebook, Twitter, almighty Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, wherever you have a presence, share it there. LinkedIn, share it there. It doesn't matter whether LinkedIn is just for professionals. Share it as an update in your info stream. Then the second place you need to share it is on every single social bookmarking site that you can find, that you can get your hands on, a free one. If you need to Google which ones have the highest page rank, you can do that, but don't worry about that. Just make sure it's on everyone. Delicious, Reddit, StumbleUpon, Friend Feed. Make sure it's on all these social bookmarks, and that at the end of the day will give you that first. What I normally do with a blog post is for the first 7 days after I've published it, I will tweet that link once every day, maybe with different copy, different text, but I will tweet that link once every day, and that then gives me 7 links in Twitter, and that's just Twitter. And then what you find is sometimes in Facebook, people will share stuff. On Twitter, they'll retweet it, and that will give you even more links on Pinterest, etc., etc. What you need to do then is get your friends, all your bloggers out there who have all your personal friends already as your followers and your fans, get them to share it as well. So the more shares, the more links. And that then creates the whole backlink thing back to your website. And what you sit with at the end of the day is a well-optimized blog post or a well-optimized web page. This is Arthur from the Fluence Agency. Bye.